A lot of people are going to like this, but relying on motivation will actually keep you poor. Okay? If you wake up and there's days that you do not want to, post, do the project, work out, you're never actually going to achieve what you want to achieve. Because the amount of days that you're missing, the amount of times you're telling yourself, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it, that's why you're not going to make it. See, the people that have become very successful saw no results, but they still decided to do the work. Most people, when they don't see the results, that makes them not want to do the work. And when they don't want to do the work, nothing gets done. So that's the thing that completely changed for me. It's like, okay, well, I'm in the really quiet phase, the most boring phase, the phase that I'm seeing no results, no certainty, nothing. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the same trade that every single successful person used? And I'm like, okay, well, it's discipline. People stress so much about being disciplined. And I'm like, okay, well, if discipline works for everyone else, then why is it not going to work for me? So every single day, I do the tasks, even if I don't want to. I've got a non-negotiable, and setting that non-negotiable has changed my life entirely. There's no longer a day that I'm like, oh, okay, I don't want to do this, I'm not going to do it. Because the main thing that changed everything for me was setting it like streaks. When you set things like streaks, for instance, for Snapchat, for loads of Snapchat users, they do not want to break the streak. They want to keep the streak going. And I think of it like that. I'm like, I do not want to break the streak for building my brand up every single day. I do not want to break the streak for journaling. I do not want to break the streak for doing push-ups every single day. And that's what I do every single day. So if you're relying on motivation, you might be thinking you're doing really good. But the only reason why you're thinking that is because you're in that shape of mind. But the real success comes from just doing the work when you don't want to do it, doing the work when you don't think it's going to work, doing the work when you don't want to, doing the work when you feel sick. That's the kind of shit that it takes. And I'm not saying this from someone that's, totally rich or anything like that. I'm not. But I've built up the skills and I've seen tiny bits of growth. I'm seeing growth. Like I said, it's not drastic, it's not massive, but I'm seeing growth. So I've got enough, experience to talk about it. And look, I've got an eye condition every single day. Not once has it left me for the last 5 years. But ever since this 6-7 months, since me actually really wanting to do this, because I've been doing this for about over a year now, but I've really nailed into doing one thing, which is building my personal brand. For the last 7 months, I've not skipped a fucking day. And that's how compounding really builds. It's about doing this stuff every single day, even when you don't want to. And funny enough, you might not think about it because motivation makes you feel good. That's when you do the work. But if you rely on motivation, you're going to end up getting burnt out. That's the thing. If you rely on motivation, you're going to get burnt out. That's when you're going to quit. That's why motivation keeps you stuck. So if you don't want to be stuck anymore, if you're tired of being in the same space of just, doing the work constantly, but you still don't feel like doing it, and you've given it so much time, well, maybe it's time you become disciplined. Maybe it's time you start saying non-negotiables. Maybe start thinking about it like a streak. It's just all about the mindset. If you can learn to do the work when you don't want to do it, when you don't have any certainty, that's how you're going to grow. Just be super patient, be super aggressive for action, but be super patient for the results. And if any of this helped, please subscribe, because I do want to post a day. I didn't. This is the same thing. I've done loads of shorts, but I just did not. I could not be asked to do a long form because the amount of times I've done this for ages now, I've got no more than 10 views. But I know that if I keep putting in the reps, it will work out for me. So look, if you kind of relate to this, and if this helped you at all, then please subscribe, and you can see my video tomorrow.